Mr. Seiichi Yamada-san.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a great honor and pleasure to have this opportunity to introduce Taisei Corporation's initiatives for the future of space and humanity on this international stage. Before I dive into our space business, I would like to give you an overview of our company and our vision for building the future. Taisei Corporation celebrated its 150th anniversary last year in 2023. We began with the Meiji Restoration, bidding farewell to the samurai society, the Edo period, and took a great leap forward towards the world. With a focus on large-scale projects and innovative solutions, we are shaping the future of construction from skyscrapers to space habitats. We also have unique characteristics that differentiate us from our competitors. Taisei Corporation is one of the non-family-owned super general contractor in Japan. This unique company structures gives us greater management flexibility. We are proud to be an industry leader known for our innovative approach to construction and engineering. We have expertise in a wide range of fields, including high-rise building, stadiums, infrastructure, and PowerCon housing. We also have the mega overseas projects as well. Palm Island project, we outperformed our competitors with cutting-edge construction technology and implemented environmentally friendly solutions, earning high praise from local media. We have also worked on the Almos Tower, an urban skyscraper in the Middle East. Bosphorus Strait project, we realized the central dream of connecting two continents. We boldly adopted numerous groundbreaking new technologies for undersea construction in strong currents, completing this difficult project that was said to be impossible. We are proud to have completed this crucial project, a long-cherished desire of the Turkish government. Our corporate philosophy is to create social environments through hardware, but based on the philosophy of creating environments where people thrive. We are committed to enhancing human well-being by integrating hardware and software. We strive to construct for the long-term happiness and prosperity of people. Now, I'd like to talk about our space development. The concept of lunar living that we are working on. We envision a self-sufficient colony in a lunar lava tube, shielded from the harsh lunar environment, with a sustainable living environment that enables material circulation for long-term human habitation. We are not simply creating a safe space within a harsh environment by establishing an intermediate buffer zone based on the Japanese traditional Satayama concept between the two. We aim to improve the quality of life in a lunar habitat, not just ensure survival, in line with our company motto. To achieve sustainable life support, we are working on efficient cycle of water, air, and waste in closed space, as well as bioregenerative life support systems that integrate plant growth for food and air regeneration using hexagon module. We plan to introduce sunlight into underground space for power generation, thermal control, and lighting. We aim to enhance the quality of life in space. We will provide exercise facilities utilizing the walls, individual air conditioning and light control, and community spaces for lunar inhabitants to promote social interaction. We haven't forgotten about giving back to Earth. We are applying the circulation solutions developed for closed spaces on the Moon to resource issues on Earth. We are also promoting the development of sustainable technologies by adapting lunar innovations to Earth's environmental needs. We offer interactive experiences to increase interest in science and technology, starting with space technology through space-themed educational programs. We want to share the process of our construction in space with people, much like Sagrada Familia, using VR and AR. Finally, what is Taisei's vision for the future? Taisei Corporation will continue to contribute to the realization of sustainable society through innovative technologies and creativity. It is to continue to push the boundaries of construction and to space exploration, and by fostering international partnership and driving ambitious future projects. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. So thank you much for the introduction. And this is a very interesting panel from the different, the type of industry, like leading, the space ventures aiming for the moon, very focused on the moon, and also the startup incubator, and also the technology which is incubated by the incubator. And then two very different, the multi-billion-dollar company who are just try to go into enter their space business. And of course, they established a space, the player, Lockheed Martin. So then, can I come back to my slide, please, with a question? So it's very interesting to ask the question about the industry from very diversified, the panelists. So first question is what kind of what kind of lunar industry do you think will emerge? What's the image of your lunar industry? Starting from Julian.
Thank you. Yeah, I think, as I mentioned earlier, I think to me our Arco2R partnership is really, I think, an exciting vision for what could become. And as I mentioned, we have a very diverse set of industries, from insurance, a company that insured our first lunar mission, luxury goods, with Citizen making watches, and we used their super titanium alloy to manufacture our landing legs. And Yokogawa. So that's really aligned with what we call our Moon Valley vision, where we see in 2040 not only a space resource business case for the moon, but really a very diverse set of business models integrating all together. I think the exciting thing being here in Europe is looking at our rover. One of the major stakeholder customer on the first rover is this mining company in Sweden, a private company. On our second rover, we have Control Data Systems in Romania, wanting to demonstrate their technologies on the moon for future, IoT development. So this is really industry-led, right? We're starting with small payloads, but the initiative came from industry in Europe. We connected each other, and we're doing it in a still with the support of government, but very much in a public-private partnership model. And when you look at Euro to Moon, which was mentioned a couple of times, this is an association funded by iSpace in collaboration with Airbus and Air Liquide originally. So you see a very diverse set of companies there joining forces, from us, a small 45 employee company, to very well established space companies and energy companies, all believing that industry has a role to play to develop the ecosystem and find ways to accelerate the development of this lunar economy.
Thank you. Olivier, what do you think?
I do believe there will be different phases of industrialization, and the initial one will be about resources. I think we've been addressing it through the panel right now, to be able to have ambitions, to have assets, future assets. I do believe resources will be the key, and I think we need to structure the way that we will define how ISRU trade will be based, and a good vision on this basis, from this deep tech to high tech companies transformation, to be able to have this counter, this trade counter, where we will be able to make forecasts to know how much stocks there will be, to be able to address our ambitions.
Good. So the Hakamada-san explained that first possible resource trade will be done by iSpace. Yeah. Okay.
I think we will collaborate across different sectors in industry. Okay. We have to create the call for different suppliers, but indeed they are first players.
Thank you for the note. Okay, Marco, what do you think? What's your image of lunar industry?
Yeah, as I had the opportunity to mention earlier, definitely mobility, resources, and power are all interconnected. Maybe something that so we will be some companies that are more agile and will be able to position themselves in a part of the economy, and others, because of their history, like Lockheed Martin, for example. We've been engaged in activities connected to thermal nuclear propulsion, and also studies for surface fission power. Definitely, that is also a direction that is complementary. It is an enabler, and something else is considered. Once there are these big infrastructure in place, you will need also other companies that will maintain and evolve. So there will be also these services probably operated by very agile companies that build over this infrastructure promoted by government, maybe through bigger contractors.
Thank you. So, Ina, what's your hope about the lunar industry?
Yeah, I would tell it from a bit different perspective. So one can say space industry, but of course, if you compare, like I don't know, 10 years ago, there was like space industry was only for space companies. Now we see other companies attending the
true.
panel, so it's very interesting to see how many. Like we thought non-space players are coming to the space industry and space exploration. So another thing, if we say that we want to have sustainable presence on the moon, we just have to think of all of the aspects we have today on Earth. So I would say not which, but when. Because now, of course, all the technological areas are the first to develop, but then also legal aspects, also well-being aspects of presence on the moon. So it's incredible how something that is, we can say, only like space related is dragging all the ecosystem there.
Thank you. So a few years ago, we, Japan consortium about 50, but Uchida-san said today 270. I don't know which companies are there, but it's growing. Okay, thank you very much. Yamada-san, could you say something about?
Well, there are various opinions on that question, and it's from a construction perspective, a key factor is the size and timing of the lunar community. So the scale of the economic zone and the nature of the society established on the moon will significantly influence the type of business opportunities that emerge. And then I have three perspectives. Like space technology development brings back value to Earth. For example, like creating new construction methods for the future that do not use heavy machinery or petroleum resources. The technology we develop for the moon can be applied here on Earth. And closed-loop systems could revolutionize sustainable living, and lunar manufacturing techniques could lead to more efficient and environmentally friendly production processes. And the third, maximizing the use of solar energy. We are planning solar generation on the moon, and also lighting underground, and the heat utilization and its control technology. So all this technology we develop can be shifted to the better society on Earth.
Yeah, it's a good point that I hear I resonate what Yamada-san said that the non-space companies on a company who had a main business outside of a space are keen to develop the technology in an extreme environmental space, and this technology can be contributing to to solving issue on the Earth. So I resonate what you said. Okay, Niels, could you say something about that industrialization?
Yeah, sure. So I concur, and so this is twofold. It should not only be contributing to the industry of the lunar, but really also have a meaning on Earth. I think that is key for a company also like Yokogawa. It should also have a terrestrial solution. So from maybe our point of view, we are already involved in the hydrogen and or the energy value chain as a kind of industry that might emerge on the face of the moon. But also think about rare resources like helium-3. I think maybe could even be something that can help on Earth our energy problems. Yeah, and then my colleague here next to me already said, lunar-born technologies that can have a place on Earth. Yeah, and last but not least, we're also thinking on the area of life. So as Yokogawa, we already have a product or a solution in the ISS that does a lot of experiments in the analysis of life-growing cells. And I think this is also something that is a emerging kind of industry.
Thank you very much. Sorry, due to the time constraint, let me skip the second question and jump to the last one. So what do you think about the potential challenges and how do you think plan to overcome them? So please, you can talk quickly, please. Julian.
Me again. When I see, iSpace is now 14 years old, I think, something like this. So, of course, there's challenges, going ahead, but I'm very excited to see, this panel today as an example of now most of the people thinking about the moon or taking, transportation access to the moon via a private actor as something for granted. That's for sure going to take place. And we're thinking of downstream applications, what's going to come next. And I wouldn't call those challenges. I would call them like really opportunities. Okay, so we have a lot of interested actors, new emerging ones, established companies who see the benefit of first positioning in the lunar economy. How do we connect together? I think that's the challenge is now the economical aspect, making a profit loop somewhere. But I think as iSpace, we feel pretty good about having contributed to making this transportation part almost now a given, a foundation on which we can build interesting challenges, interesting opportunities for future business to connect.
Olivier?
On this side of challenges, the one is the time to be able to do things and the good incentives. And I think this is to overcome these is what we need is the syndication of the players, as we are seeing right here. Corporates, new NT players, terrestrial and space operators. We need to have practical means to syndicate and to bring trust within the industry, so as to currently bring more players into it and allow to deploy new capabilities.
Thank you. Marco?
One element is definitely the continuity in the goal to build such an ecosystem. But the Artemis program, for example, was born in 2019. There has been continuity, so this is a very strong ground right now.
Thank you. Nina?
So I will add, although I have engineering background, but I don't consider technical challenges that they will be the main problem.
Really?
I think that, it's solvable. Okay. I mean, we can find a way to solve it anyhow. I think that the real challenge that we start to see already now is political, legal, which is sometimes very difficult to solve because they are touching really human nature.
Can Moon Village Association help? Okay, Yamada-san.
Well, here I'd like to dare to express my opinion not from the technological standpoint, but from the perspective of the humanities. For this purpose, we need a discussion that includes not only experts in science and engineering, but also philosophers and thinkers, while never forgetting that we are creatures of this earth. I mean, to create a new society on the moon is not only merely to rely upon technology, but also we are creating a new era of humankind as one. So I'm not only thinking about the technology, but also perspective of humanities.
Thank you. Niels?
Yeah, I see. To be honest, I see many challenges, but they can be overcome. So if I see technical challenges, so really about reuse, recycling, net zero, and these kinds of aspects in our products, in our portfolio. I think that is a push that we also should use on Earth. Indeed, I notice political challenges. Although all of us see, let's collaborate, let's do this, let's do that. I think there's lots of influence on the political and geopolitical side as well. Yeah, and as a commercial company, also maybe a commercial challenge that my management will typically ask me, okay, we invest this, and what is the return on the investment? Yeah. And that is a challenge that we also need to overcome together.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Thank you. Okay. So the interesting panel, but it's time to close. So just a few words, 2 or 3 words about the share. Future of the space industry. Starting from Julian. Just last word about future of industry. A few words.
I'm just excited to see maybe in 10 years or so what the new generation of entrepreneurs will come up with in terms of new business ideas and how to leverage what everybody in this room is doing today.
Design life cycles is getting faster and faster, and I'm very on my side expecting to see groundbreaking things coming in the next 10 years.
Right. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting time, and it keeps also corporations that have much history active, and we got to become more dynamic. So it's a great time.
Yeah.
Great time, but we have to be careful to really not go super crazy. So I would say that we need to be a bit more humble and think not about only our field and our, let's say, benefits, but the benefits of the humanity presence there.
Very important. Yamada-san?
I've already mentioned in my comment, but while we are doing a construction project, still under construction, after centuries, like Barcelona Sagrada Familia. So we like to collaborative project that inspires and engages the public.
Yes.
Yeah. So already shown here, I think it's all about partnering and innovation, and that is really what will drive the future. And I'm really happy to be part of that.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me close the industry panels and also give a big support to all the panelists. Thank you very much.